Hi, in this video we're going to be working with circle graphs, and just like the other day when you were working with graphs, it's important to read the title and know what we're looking at. This particular circle graph works with expenditures for state and local governments. We can see that they spend 14% on public welfare, 7% on highways, 45% on other, and 34% on education. Now, they have this local government has $50,000 to spend, and they want to know what part of that is used on highways. So there's two ways to solve this, and the first way is the way that my students picked this year, and I found it very interesting. They love ratios and proportions, so we're going to start there. So 7% is 7 out of the whole circle represents 100%. So 7 over 100. So the 100 was the total, and 7 is my yeses, the ones that meet that criteria. 50,000, is that how much they spent on highways or the total amount they have altogether to spend on everything? It's the total amount they have on everything. So remember, total goes on the bottom. Okay? And I don't know how much they spent specifically on highways, so it gets an X. And the trick with proportions, you multiply the numbers across from each other and divide by the leftover one. So I'm going to do 50,000 times 7, and this is really easy. 5 times 7 is 35, and copy my zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then I'm going to divide by 100. Again, another easy one to divide by. I can cancel my zeros, and I get 3,500. Now, another question they could ask me about this data is, what percent did they spend on education and highways combined? So I would do 34 plus 7 and get 41%. There's a variety of questions that they could ask. Now, what we're going to do is there's another method to solve this problem. How many of you remember hearing change percent to a decimal and multiply? So let's look at that. I'm going to keep my final answer down here so that we can compare and see if we get the same answer. So here we go. Let me switch colors of ink. All right, change percent to a decimal, 7%. If you remember my trick, 7% is 7 pennies. On a cash register, that would look like decimal point 07. I'm going to take the 50,000 and I'm going to multiply by 0.07. 7 times 0 is 0. 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 7 times 5 is 35. I have 1, 2 numbers behind the decimal, so 1, 2 numbers behind the decimal in my answer, and again, I get 3,500. You get the same answer regardless of which method you use, so whichever one you prefer, use that. Let's look at another example. Now, in this example, they have given me information to make a circle graph for, and they want to know how many degrees of my circle each piece is worth. Now, you have to remember a circle. When you go around the circle, it's worth 360 degrees. So 360 is my total. 360 is my total. Okay? Now, I need to find out how many adds were done all together. So I'm going to add these together. 50 plus 50 is 100. Remember, I do my easy ones first. 30 plus 70 is 100. So if I have 100 and another 100, that's 200. So 200 is the total number of adds. If 360 is a total and 200 is a total, both totals have to be in the same location, so it's on the bottom. There we go. And now, I want to know how many were breakfast foods. So breakfast foods, I look here, it's 50. So 50 for breakfast foods, and I want to know how many degrees. Again, I have a lovely proportion. I can cross multiply. 360 times 50. 0 times 0 is 0. We've taken care of that. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 6 is 30. Carry the 3. 5 times 3 is 15 plus 3 is 18. And so now I need to take my leftover number, which is 200. So I'm going to divide by 200. I cancel my zeros, and so really I have 180 divided by 2, which is 90 degrees. You could have also done 50 over 200 reduces to the fraction 1/4, and 1/4 of 360, or 1/4 of a circle, is 90 degrees. I hope this helped. Good luck with this.